element of entertaining always missed is the room and table design. Next on Entertaining People, celebrity designers teach you ready-to-go tablescapes for the perfect party. I'm Porter William, and I've been entertaining, event planning, and cooking for over 25 years. Finally, I get to share my secrets with you. No matter if you have a one-room apartment or a grand scale estate, we'll learn how to entertain from San Francisco to the beaches of Spain, from menu planning to tablescapes. I'll teach you how to entertain from the heart. From a memory, make a memory. Join me as we entertain the world one table at a time, next on Entertaining People. I'm Porter William, and this is Entertaining People, and tonight I want to reveal to you our simple Sunday dinner tablescape. We're using our everyday flatware and a simple centerpiece, nothing but river rocks, some raffia, and some fresh fruit, just so that it looks complete. This whole centerpiece was probably under $3. Well, welcome to the Ryan House here at the Behringer Estate in Napa Valley. I'm Porter William, and I told you that we would be live having the ultimate party. Come on in, I'll show you what's inside. Hi, it's Porter William. We're back here on Entertaining People. I'm in the heart of the California wine country in Napa Valley at the Behringer Estate, and I'm here with Mark Blackwell. So I understand that we have quite an inspiration for tonight's event with your new tableware. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
The Ryan House was recently restored to its original glory, and it is really fabulous. And we wanted to choose something from the house that would just carry the idea along. So in the original building of the house, they did this fabulous stenciling around the foyer.
And that's what we're seeing here on this plate, right?
What we're seeing is a part of that. So this comes from that, and we actually call it Ryan House filigree.
Wonderful.
So this is two of the medallions in that stenciling, and this actually is the dinner. So you see that we didn't stay with that same oversized thing.
Wonderful.
We mixed it up.
But we talk about that a lot on Entertaining People. It's one lost or found item that really can inspire an entire party, whether it be a menu, a wine, a table setting, anything in somebody's honor, or in this case, the honor of the original family here at Behringer. We're going to go upstairs and meet Lori Hook, the chief winemaker here at Behringer, taste a few of their great new library releases and wines. I can't wait for the event tonight, and here's to great Cabernet and over 100 years of Behringer making great wines.
Well, thank you very
Cheers.
much. Cheers.
Whether you're entertaining at home or at a great event like this tonight here at the Ryan House at the Behringer Estate, make sure you do it from the heart. Find a piece of inspiration, design some dishes, create an amazing table, private menus. It's all at entertainingpeople.com for all the information you need. I'm Porter William, and we are entertaining the world one table at a time. The element of entertaining always missed is the room and table design. Next on Entertaining People, celebrity designers teach you ready-to-go tablescapes for the perfect party. Table is set and the guests have arrived. I'm just getting ready to call them in. Here on Entertaining People, it's a budget dinner party, and we're gonna do this entire meal under $100, including the wine. Let's talk about the tablescape. Look at this. This looks like a several $100 table, and that's the secret. When you really want to save money on a dinner party, pull out all the stops, bring out your best stuff. Now lately, I've had a fancy for tarnished silver. I didn't even take the time to clean all this silver. We have a single rose in each little derby cup. We've used those in other episodes, and if you don't have a set, get yourself little mint julep tumblers. We use them all on Derby Day, and they make great little vases. Simple, clear, 2 matching glasses. We don't need anything colored, and we've got white napkins, basic plates, and I'm using an everyday set of silverware. Everything stacks in the order that you're gonna serve it in, which makes it very, very easy. Salt and pepper, you see our lavash crisp that Kelly helped me with earlier. We're gonna pass that around, just make it really warm. And here's a trick when it comes to lighting the table. Notice how I put my candle bunches in between the seats? Nothing worse than sitting at a dinner table and not being able to see the person across you. So I've put these to where they're just off people's shoulders. It's a great trick for entertaining. We have a beautiful tablescape, vintage silver, everyday flatware, easy to eat off of china. Enjoying this dinner. We've made it. If you're just joining us, we have finished the most amazing tapas menu here on Entertaining People. Never ever serve without some candlelight. I'm Porter William, and we have converted the American kitchen into the ultimate tapas experience. It's not all perfectly traditional, but it absolutely works. Look at what I've got. I have my own tapas menu, just like they do in Spain. Our Spanish olives, our mint with white bean, our Ibiza swordfish, and on and on and on. I've got the first things, the romesco sauce that I store-bought, so easy, and there's our mint and bean. We have our toothpicks, our bread. We're gonna also start them off with just some Spanish olives. I've got all the salts down here. We've got a beautiful Spanish sparkling water, a fantastic sherry. We're gonna do a beer tasting. Our tablescape is gonna be complete with a really personal moment. We've got some cushions, and I brought all the passports from people in my family. This is my grandmother's passport, just as a treat so they can feel the world coming to their table right here. Tablescapes are easy. A little bit of planning from a memory. You can make a memory, as I always say.
The element of entertaining always missed is the room and table design. Next on Entertaining People, celebrity designers teach you ready-to-go tablescapes for the perfect party.
Well, welcome back to Entertaining People. If you're just joining us, I'm Porter William, and I've got a great guest here. Hey, Marion, how are you?
Good.
Marion Wheeler, who is one of the nation's most extraordinary interior and architectural designers. We've had the pleasure of working together on many projects, and this one was actually a little overwhelming. I had to call in the help, the guards. My silver bullet, as I call her, is right here, and she really is dynamic.
It's because of the hair, Porter.
It is because of the hair. It's always that. My inspiration for this was this amazing 14-foot antique refractory table.
Amazing
How phenomenal.
table.
From Spain, and I know that our guests are going to go nuts. But I was out of ideas. You know, you've seen me do the tablescapes, and I wanted to get some help. So tell me what your first idea was when we started talking. I think the word I used was organic. I wanted to do something organic.
Yeah. And that was really the key to everything. And then the table was so narrow that we wanted to do something that was really low up, firstly, so that people could see over it. So it was a little challenging, but it was kind of fun. I thought, let's do something you can eat. Let's play with chocolate. Let's play with raspberries. Everybody's favorite thing.
Okay, perfect. So actually, what Marion has created is an edible centerpiece for tonight with just enough candlelight, and that was a really good tip that you just brought out. She's chosen low votive candles because eye to eye, most times you're looking right into the candle and it's just uncomfortable. It happened, we did it in the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s. It's time to really kind of tone it down, be low key. So tell me about the levels, and let's start with your tablescape. Is this what I think it is?
Mustard right from the vineyards, in the center of a huge vineyard out in the middle of nowhere.
Perfect. This is a California wine country crush, and we're starting with our beautiful California mustard. If you're not from here, this is on all the postcards. And I think you're gonna do some levels. So tell me, instead of having the flowers outside, what are we doing today? Let me help you out.
It was kind of fun to start with a really low votive so that the women love to be lit from under their face so that, they look fresh and alive. And so we took off from the votive candles that were square and found some inexpensive vases.
So this is the square shape that was your inspiration.
Yeah, and it was kind of fun. I like the shape because everything else is round on the table. I like playing with geometry. And so we got the squares. I went and found some very inexpensive vases, $7, $10.
At like your local import store, you can get these.
Yep.
Let's start by cutting some of the flowers. We're doing water in the vase first.
A little water.
Okay,
just
go ahead.
A little.
And can I just clip a few of these off here?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Perfect.
So if I'm guessing, we're going to do the short ones and the shorter ones.
Well, what I
in the
thought
shorter
is if we
vase.
put one in one direction, kind of proportionately, it would put another in another direction. We don't need much, just a little color.
Wow, this is a great idea. Everyone tune into this. So this is the difference when you consult
me
a
another-
pro. Another snip?
Yeah,
Okay. But when you consult a pro, she's coming at this really from a design perspective. And on Entertaining People, we're trying to keep it simple, but what I'm hearing is the opposite level.
It's kind of fun. It
Good.
pulls you into the center.
So we were lucky enough to find these little individual chopping blocks.
Yeah, another very inexpensive thing. It gives you a layer.
I'm just going to move this off the table. So go ahead, we have the
It's a good
chops.
idea. Yeah, it's a good idea, Porter, to put something so that these don't slide around when the guests are actually chopping
These
on.
are these great little rubber skid pads, basically.
pads.
You get it
You
at
get
any
them
hardware
anywhere.
store, and they have a little adhesive bottom on them. But when it comes to food and culinary things, we want safety on the table. That's all there is to it. So what do we have?
So it kind of grips this so that it
Perfect.
doesn't slide.
Not side to side. And of course, that's because Marianne has chosen the ultimate centerpiece, this phenomenal hunk of cheese. Look at that
Wonderful.
thing.
It looks
That's
like
great.
it looks like a melon. It's
Isn't
so
that good?
beautiful.
We even have a little chocolate on there. This is a Mimolette VA. It's like a cross between a Parmesan and a cheddar. It's a beautiful French cheese. And I think you already asked me to cut one slice off
Yes.
for you. Can I cut another
And
one?
I think yes, please.
So you chose a living centerpiece. Is that cheese good
I
enough?
love the color.
This
I love
is-
the flavor.
Yeah, this is a Mimolette VA from France, and it's like a cross between a Parmesan and, you want another one?
I like a little architectural, a little abundance looking.
I think that's a really great point. Some depth, high, low is really good. And we're gonna do 2 cheese on the lower one, right? And offer them, look at this great knife that we found, an individual cheese knife, so that they can cut that. Why don't you set it how they can
Okay.
cut it?
Get it from the ease of use.
And we'll actually save this one for us.
All
For
right.
later. We're gonna do it with the wine tasting
you
when,
and I.
when Ken gets here.
Okay.
Check out this chocolate. You saw me use a brick of this for our dessert. Well, Marion had the idea, and you didn't even know what the menu was at that
No,
point.
no.
This is fantastic, full block bittersweet. And I've been shaving here for you. So what are we gonna do here?
Well, I like the big chunks, the big squares, and I like just kind of building a
It's like an erector set
Yeah,
or a
just-
chocolate lover.
something that has a little architecture to it. Pieces on top.
Yeah, this is going to be great. So our idea is that there's a cheese course on the table the entire meal. Now, for me as the host, that's great. I don't have to rush the courses out with 10 people. It's
They can
intense.
nibble.
Yeah, they can nibble. And actually, this cheese, as it warms up to room temperature, is only going to get better and better. So by the time we get to the end of this amazing meal, we're going to even have cheese with our wine all the way from the beginning to the end. Okay, I think
I've stolen
just-
this idea, but I have to tell you that always put a few small pieces so people can grab a little nibble if they want to.
Good entertaining points,
Just
and
on the
there
side.
are the best ideas are always those that are inspired by other people. So feel free to borrow and give
know.
credit where due. And I saw the raspberries come in.
Of course,
what have
for
you?
color, and who doesn't love raspberries, chocolate, and good wine?
Man, those look great. Can I
So-
just get that? Hold on a second.
No.
Look at that. Look at that berry. That is perfect. Here, have one. Have one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
We need that.
And so
I'm never making a dead centerpiece. Watch those
Escaping.
rollers. That's
It's
good.
escaping.
That's good. That'll be good for the guest.
But I just think that tossing them around very casually makes people more friendly to just take whatever they like.
And what I love is her idea, just as if you might have broken bread, as they say, hundreds and thousands of years ago. This is something that's accessible. They don't have to be served. And it's going to get everybody talking.
I know.
Don't you,
It's
don't
kind
you
of
think
fun.
so?
It's-
Yeah, it's kind of fun. Are you done with the chocolate and the...
done.
I'm going to set this over here. Let's show them our dinnerware set that we've chosen tonight. I'm using a set that you saw a couple seasons ago in one of our alfresco episodes. And that's because when you entertain at this scale, you can't go out and buy a new set of china every time. And there's no reason to reuse your stuff with different ideas and different themes. I'm sure as a designer, you're taking things from one room to other rooms all the time and making it new again. Our menu, our big finale, as you know, is the Poussin. So I'm using a charger that we're actually going to eat on. All right?
Wonderful.
That's the way I'm
Great.
doing it. And then for service, what's coming up next, the whole service is simply in reverse. So the first thing we're going to have a little mousse bouche, just a little shooter of flavor to get them going. Look how the color worked with your raspberries. When you tablescape, think about matching color with the food that we're
Little
working
pops
with.
of color.
Yeah, I like that. And then we're gonna have a salad, we have a plate there, then we have that warm cassoulet coming out. Wait till you see these little individual red casserole dishes that I found. Simple napkin, that's all I've done at this
And
point.
Porter, I love these napkin rings.
Yeah, these are great
So
fun.
architectural again. Again, we've got round, 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 and then these square napkin rings.
And these are kind of fun. It's
So-
kind of like it's like a puzzle that you just want to play. And I think by the end of the night, people are going to be playing
I
with
hope
them.
so,
It's
yeah.
great to put things that are interesting. And Marion, what do we have for flatware? I just did a
I
basic
love
set.
this flatware.
Yeah, it was kind of gutsy and kind of wine country, you know. So I
Very
just
rustic and organic, like you say, but still with a
and
little
I
touch
love the
of
texture.
embossing.
Yeah, I love the texture.
Yeah, wonderful.
So you call this embossing? I like. See,
I
I'm so
love-
unsophisticated. I would have said texture. You know,
I know.
I like the weight. That's important.
Absolutely. And it feels good in the hand. The embossing actually at that bottom with the texture, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, is that what it is?
And yeah, because this is so organic and this is such a juxtaposed to it. It's wonderful.
We've transformed this family room into a fantastic California wine cellar. Many years ago, a buddy of mine went with me on a business trip to the south of France. It was right here on the Rue de Corniche between Cannes and Nice. And about a Christmas later, I got this incredible book called Riviera Cocktail. It's all the famous starlets. There's Grace Kelly. I love this shot of John Wayne coming in from the Cannes Film Festival where they win the Palme d'Or. Our entire episode today on Entertaining People is based on the throwback grand world of the Riviera. We're gonna transform our entire California little deck into a Riviera cocktail party. I've got a friend coming who's a specialist in vintage jewelry. She's gonna have it for guests, and I pulled some old coats and we went to the secondhand store. You're gonna love this episode. If you're just joining us here on Entertaining People, we've transformed this California home into a Riviera cocktail party. Now it's time to mix the drinks, and one of my biggest secrets when I entertain is I limit the number of drinks that I serve. Let me show you what you and I have been working on all day long. This is our reveal, our fantastic raw bar. It is the south of France, spot right home here to the
The element of entertaining always missed is the room and table design. Next on Entertaining People, celebrity designers teach you ready-to-go tablescapes for the perfect party.
onto the tablescaping part of our crab feed and our clam bake. And I'm taking my kitchen table and I'm gonna line the entire table just to protect it because this is really gonna be dramatic, but it's also gonna be messy. Got some placemats that I use on an everyday basis. We're just gonna continue to fill the table so it's totally protected. If you've ever been to a crab feed or a clam bake, newspaper and the paper of the day and the story of the day is always part of it. After we get all of our pieces in place, I think that's gonna keep our table pretty safe. Get your everyday paper, food and wine right here. Some great articles to read, home and garden. Great subjects with entertaining people. There's a social page. We'll get some sports out here. The guys are all here today. We can check in on the scores, travel. So just continue to double layer this paper. What's so great about this design tip is that when our feed and our feast is over with all the shells and everything, all we're gonna have to do is roll up all the paper and throw it in a paper bag. Just for ease, I added some of our culinary items, packed up a few buckets. We were gonna do our bread tower, a lot of napkins. I'm gonna use these bowls for our cold slaw. And here comes our wonderful San Francisco sourdough bread. I got 5 and 6, so we're gonna put one just about at every plate. Everybody's gonna reach and grab for this when they come out. And I need a big space right here to put in all of our crabs and our clams. I noticed that the clams look good. They all came out. I'm gonna fill the entire edge of the table with rock salt just to give them that great feeling. We're gonna just roll some lemons and artichokes onto the table so that we can repeat the flavors. There's that great Monterey artichoke. Natural tablescape is the way to go. We're gonna want lemons everywhere in our bowls. For our coleslaw, we're gonna have a great boneyard right in the middle. I love using the rock salt like that. I'm gonna put forks in just a regular beverage glass and these great old fishing floats. just so that it feels like a bunch of dock workers, which is really what these guys are. Right here is my landing strip where all of the crab is gonna fall out. And the Super Treat crackers. You wanna put those red crackers right into each of those white bowls so they're a nice, great contrast. And for those who want corn on the cob, I'm gonna go ahead and put a couple corn prickers right in each of the bowls. I think it's gonna be easy enough to eat with our hands. We'll fill it out. This is gonna be our boneyard, a bright red boneyard for all of those shells with a lid on it. I'm gonna set it at the far end of the table. And as we continue to eat all this magnificent crab and clams, we're gonna be able to throw all of our extra bones right in there. Some red napkins for folks, some paper napkins, which we're gonna need a lot of, and I think our table is ready. Next time you see me, I'm gonna have a bunch of buddies around this table. We're gonna have a crab feed. Wait till you see these beautiful crabs come out. I'm Porter William. Don't go away. The party starts now.
You first taste with your eyes, so make a memorable table setting. For all these design tricks, go to entertainingpeople.com and join me next time as I entertain the world one table at a time.